Good evening, everyone. And from the panel side, don't feel that you have to stay online, but you're most welcome to. I just want to say thank you to my colleagues, but particularly to all prospective learners who joined us. Really interesting just to hear some of those conversations. I mean, our job at the Institute is really to create this warm, engaged, challenging learning environment. And I think to Nigel's comments, I would completely agree about the imposter syndrome remarks, but I would turn that around and say that is our challenge as a community of learning, as academics, as course support professionals, as advisors, to make sure that we do not make this a scary environment, that we make this an open, egalitarian environment where we meet students where they are at. Some of our students might have a Cambridge PhD. Some may have left school at 15 or 16 with no qualifications. The Institute is about second chances, third chances. It is about learning new disciplines. It is about meeting new people. It's about thinking about how we develop, how we question, how we unlearn things that we now know are wrong or limiting, and how we use research and the state of the art to think about um, new um, understanding and understanding on the widest level. I think one of the things we're all concerned about or should be concerned about um, are the echo chambers that we sometimes find ourselves in, people who look like us, sound like us, and tend to agree with our point of view. One of the things you'll find in our classrooms are people from around the world, people from different socioeconomic backgrounds, people from different professional backgrounds. And one of the things we talk about a lot at the Institute is learning to disagree respectfully, to listen to one another, and certainly um, not agree on everything. And I know a number of our students, when they've been in class and you see them afterwards, it's at positions might be more entrenched than they were, but actually the respect is there and the listening is there because we've been learning together. So I say again, hopefully what you've seen this evening throughout this open event is how we would work with you as a learner, whether that be in creative writing, coaching, strategic management, whatever it may be, and how we would support you pastorally. We know for many people, they might not have been in learning for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years or more. And for others, this is part of a continuum, taking the next steps, accumulating credit, potentially studying towards a degree. It's our job to engage with everyone. As I've outlined, I think one of the great strengths of what we do at Cambridge, besides providing access to the learning resources of one of the world's greatest universities, is learning as peers. It's tremendous when you hear students talking to one another about elements of the teaching they found difficult and how they were thinking about that, or elements of the teaching that they found interesting, surprising, controversial. Um, we're not here to create safe spaces in the sense of the education here is sanitized. Often it will be quite direct, quite challenging, but we are here to really work through those issues. So whether you're thinking about learning through for personal interest, you might be an engineer, a teacher, a doctor, but you might want to think about writing your biography or learning about history for the first time. Whether you're a professional wanting to accelerate your career, being able to engage with your organization or form a new organization or work within your community to change something, to preserve something. I think there's something here for everyone. But it's important. It's important that we talk about information, advice, and guidance, that you challenge us and we talk to you and we listen and we engage about the level at which you want to learn, whether that's level 4, the certificate level, level 5, the undergraduate diploma, level 6, the advanced diploma. And we can advise and engage with you. But we are an open university. Um, we want to admit all students who are capable of thriving here. And I'm just reflecting a lot at the moment. We have our student awards ceremony Saturday, the 1st of June. We had our last one in September. And, you know, I always get quite nervous about these things and you want it to be right. And it was such a day of celebration. And what I think nearly every learner said to me after completing their certificate, diploma, advanced certificate, that the Institute of Continuing Education wasn't what they expected. And that heightened my anxiety actually even more. But what they were saying was it wasn't stuffy. Um, it wasn't learned people in gowns speaking in languages that were non-interpretable and ancient. It was actually a group of peers, including the academics, the course support staff, and the learners working together. People who've chosen to be in this environment. I mean, certainly a Cambridge qualification is not easily won, and you will work for your qualification. It will take time. There'll be sacrifices of your time and family's time, but it's worth it because it changes mindsets, changes thinking, creates these social networks, these professional networks, and I hope reinforces your confidence and your efficacy. So we talk quite a lot here at Cambridge about a three-dimensional program, not only the knowledge and skills, which should be taught well at a university like Cambridge, but it's how you articulate, it's how you engage, and it's how you use that education, that training to change your career trajectory, to change your life. And that might be helping children, grandchildren with homework. It might be applying for different types of jobs. It might be going from a low paid, low skilled job to a higher paid, higher skilled job. But more than anything, it's about being a lifelong learner. So I hope you will question us, you will challenge us, and if we are the right provider for you, I hope you will join us in the autumn. And I very much want to wish all of you who've been listening the best of luck with your studies, with your application, and I would hope to see you in June 2025 for the awards ceremony. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of my colleagues who've been engaged with organising and running this event. And thank you to all of our prospective learners for listening. And if there is any information we can provide to help you make a good decision about your future learning, then please do reach out to us.